The Crow by Chouaib Elbattar. In a remote mountain forest, with tall and dense trees filled with all kinds of birds and animals, lived a family of crows in a close-knit group. Yet, one of them preferred isolation and seclusion, choosing solitude and hiding away. He never left the forest, content to remain perched on tree branches, contemplating his surroundings. One hot day, the crows felt thirsty and left the forest, heading toward a distant lake that many birds visited to quench their thirst. Throughout their journey, the crows kept talking about this crow who had refused to migrate with them. They spent the day playing and enjoying the beauty of the lake, its flowers, trees, and the many birds around. When they returned to the forest, they found the crow still perched on the same branch where they had left him, trapped in the forest, looking gloomy and sorrowful. One crow stepped forward and asked him in astonishment, "Why didn't you come with us, Crow?" Another added, "It was a wonderful trip. We enjoyed the breathtaking scenery and the charming, beautiful birds." The crow interrupted them with a voice full of weariness. "Ah, enough of your talk. What beauty and wonder do you speak of when my color and yours is as black as coal? For so long I have watched the birds and admired their splendor. Look at the goldfinch with its radiant colors, red on its face, brown on its back, with a touch of yellow on its wings. And the scarlet tanager, red-bodied with a black face and tail. Or the mountain bluebird with its dazzling blue that captivates hearts and stirs admiration. And as for the parrot, he was not content with a single color. He gathered all the colors of the spectrum. Each time I look at him, I lose myself in his charm and the brilliance of his feathers." The sorrowful crow kept listing the birds, their colors, the beauty of their plumage, and the sweetness of their voices. The crows grew loud after hearing all this, and the debate heated until their cawing filled the entire forest. Then the group fell silent, and the crow walked away in regret. From that day on, the crow no longer gathered with the others, for he came to see the black color as a sign of misery, suffering, and bitterness. He decided to befriend the parrot, so he followed him constantly, gazing at his feathers, wishing he could have even one. They spent long hours together, talking and sharing. One day, the crow said to his friend the parrot, "What do you think, my friend? Would you grant me some of your beautiful feathers to adorn my wings?" The parrot was surprised and replied, "Plucking even a single feather is very painful." Then he raised his head, looked at the crow, and said with a smile, "I see you as beautiful, Crow, just as you are. Your color suits your form perfectly. All you lack is the smile that seems absent from your face." While the two birds were chatting, night had fallen, and the forest grew dark. A wolf was watching them from afar. He stalked them silently, moving from place to place, tree to tree, waiting for the right moment. At last, he crept to a patch of low, tangled shrubs near the birds, lay flat on his belly, lowered his head, stretched out his tail, and held his breath without the slightest movement, waiting. Suddenly, he fixed his eyes on a bird's tail feathers sticking out and prepared to pounce. But the bird shifted its position, and the wolf retreated, remaining still and alert. Only moments later, the parrot came within striking distance of the wolf's hiding place. The predator was ready to leap. In a split second, the parrot was trapped in his jaws, torn apart and devoured, leaving nothing behind but scattered feathers on the ground. The crow flew up in shock, unable to believe his eyes. He perched on a branch and cried, "What have you done, you cunning fool?" The wolf, unable to contain himself, lifted his head, trying to locate the voice, and growled, saliva dripping from his fangs. "Ah, it's you, accursed crow. If only it were daytime, I would devour you too. By God, the only thing that spared you was this dark night and your pitch-black color. Ah, curse it all." At that moment, the crow understood. His black color, which he had hated so much, was what had saved him from the wolf's fangs. When dawn broke, the crow returned to the flock. He fluffed his feathers, spread his wings, his face beaming with joy, and declared with a trembling voice full of life, Come, my beautiful crows, let us fly to the lake.